Chemical reactions and equations. Introduction. In lower class, you have studied about temporary, permanent, natural, man-made changes, etc. They may be categorized into two types known as physical changes and chemical changes. In this chapter, we discuss about the chemical changes and express them in the form of chemical equations. Chemical changes. If new substances are formed with properties completely unlike those of the original substances, we say a chemical change has taken place. Take a few zinc granules in a conical flask. Add about 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid to a conical flask. Observe the changes in the conical flask. Now keep a burning matchstick near the mouth of the conical flask. What happens to burning matchstick? Touch the test tube with your fingers. What did you notice? Is there any change in temperature? During a chemical change, we observe 1. The original substances lose their characteristic properties. Hence, these may be products with different physical states and colors. Number 2. Chemical changes may be exothermic or endothermic, that is, they may involve heat energy liberation or heat energy absorption. Number 3. They may form an insoluble substance known as precipitate. Number 4. There may be gas liberation in a chemical change. Chemical equations. The substances which undergo chemical change in the reaction are called reactants and the new substances formed are called products. A chemical reaction written in the form of word equation shows the change of reactants to products by an arrow placed between them. The reactants are written on the left side of the arrow and the final substances or products are written on the right side of the arrow. The arrow head point towards the product shows the direction of the reaction. If there is more than one reactant or product involved in the reaction, they are indicated with a plus sign between them. Writing a chemical equation. Chemical equations can be made more precise and useful if we use chemical formula instead of words. Generally, a compound is written by giving its chemical formula. Thus, we can write calcium oxide as CaO, water as H2O, and the compound formed by the reaction of these two compounds is calcium hydroxide CaOH2. Now, the reaction of calcium oxide with water can be written as CaO plus H2O gives CaOH2. Balancing chemical equations. According to the law of conservation of mass, the total mass of the products formed in chemical reaction must be equal to the mass of reactants consumed. You know, an atom is the smallest particle of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. The number of atoms of each element before and after reactions must be the same. All the chemical equations must balance because atoms are neither created nor destroyed in chemical reactions. A chemical equation in which the numbers of atoms of different elements on the reactant side are same as those on product side is called a balanced reaction. Balancing a chemical equation involves finding out how many formula units of each substance take part in the reaction. A formula unit, as the same implies, is 1 unit. Step 1. Write the equation with the correct chemical formula for each reactant and product. For example, in the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen to yield water, you can write chemical equations as follows. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. Step 2. After writing the molecular formula of the substances, the equation is to be balanced. In the above equation, put 2 before the molecular formula of hydrogen and also 2 before the molecular formula of water. Observe whether atoms of both the elements hydrogen and oxygen are same, different on both the sides. They are in the same number on both sides. Therefore, the equation is balanced. 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O. Step 3. Sometimes there is a possibility that the coefficients of the all substances getting divided with a suitable number. Since we require the lowest ratio of coefficient for reactants and products, the above operation is to be done. Step 4. Verify the equation for the balancing of atoms on both sides of the equation. The above equation is a balanced equation. For example, combustion of propane C3H8. Propane C3H8 is a colorless, odorless gas often used as a heating and cooking fuel. Write the reaction in terms of symbols and formula of the substances involved and follow the 4 steps. Step 1. Write the unbalanced equation using correct chemical formulas for all substances. C3H8 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. Note: unbalanced chemical equation containing molecular formula of the substances is known as skeleton equation. Step 2. Compare number of atoms of each element on both sides. Look at the skeleton equation and note that there are 3 carbon atoms on the left side of the equation but only 1 on the right side. If we add a coefficient of 3 to CO2 on the right side, the carbon atoms balance. C3H8 plus O2 gives 3CO2 plus H2O. Now, look at the number of hydrogen atoms. There are 8 hydrogens on the left but only 2 on the right side. By adding a coefficient of 4 to the H2O on the right, the hydrogens balance. C3H8 plus O2 gives 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Finally, look at the number of oxygen atoms. There are 2 on the left side but 10 on the right side. By taking a coefficient of 5 to the O2 on the left, the oxygen balance. C3H8 plus 5O2 gives 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Step 3. Make sure the coefficients are reduced to their smallest whole number values. In fact, the above equation is already with the coefficients in smallest whole number. There is no need to reduce its coefficients. Step 4. Check the answer. Count the numbers and kinds of the atoms on both sides of the equation to make sure they are the same. Making chemical equations more informative. Chemical equations can be made more informative by expressing following characteristics of the reactants and products. Number 1. Physical state. Number 2. Heat changes. Exothermic and endothermic reactions. Number 3. Gas evolved, if any. Number 4. Precipitate formed, if any. Expressing physical state. To make the chemical equation more informative, the physical states of the substances may be mentioned along with their chemical formula. If the substance is present as a solution in water, the word aqueous is written. In the short form, it is written as AQ. F2O3 plus 2Al triangle gives 2Fe plus Al2O3. Number 2. Expressing the heat changes. Heat is liberated in exothermic reactions and heat is absorbed in endothermic reactions. See the following examples. C plus O2 gives CO2 plus Q. N2 plus O2 gives 2NO minus Q. Q is heat energy, which is shown with plus sign on product side for exothermic reactions and minus sign on product side for endothermic reactions. Number 3. Expressing the gas evolved. If a gas is evolved in a reaction, it is denoted by a upward arrow or G. Example: Zn plus H2SO4 gives ZnSO4 plus H2. Number 4. Expressing precipitate formed. If a precipitate is formed in the reactions, it is denoted by a downward arrow. AgNO3 plus NaCl gives AgCl plus NaNO3. Sometimes the reaction conditions such as temperature, pressure, catalyst, etc. are indicated above and or below the arrow in the equation. For example, 2AgCl gives 2Ag plus Cl. Interpreting a balanced chemical equation. Number 1. A chemical equation gives information about the reactants and products through their symbols and formula. Number 2. It gives the ratio of molecules of reactants and products. Number 3. As molecular masses are expressed in united masses, then reactive masses of reactants and products are known from the equation. Number 4. If the masses are expressed in grams, then the equation also gives the molar ratio of reactants and products. Number 5. If gases are involved, we can equate their masses to their volumes and calculate the volumes of those gases liberated at given condition of temperature and pressure using molar mass and molar volume relationship. Number 6. Using molar mass and a Avogadro's number, we can calculate the number of molecules and atoms of different substances from the equation. It gives information about relative masses of reactants and products. From the equations, we get A. Mass relationship, B. Mass volume relationship, C. Volume relationship, D. Mass, volume, number of molecules relationship, etc. Types of chemical reactions. A chemical reaction is a process that is usually characterized by a chemical change in which the starting materials are different from the product. Chemical reactions occur with the formation and breaking of chemical bonds. Chemical combination. A reaction in which single product is formed from two or more reactants is known as chemical combination reaction. Let us discuss some examples of combination reactions. Number 1. Burning of coal. When coal is burned in oxygen, carbon dioxide is produced. C plus O2 gives CO2 plus Q. Number 2. Slacked lime is prepared by adding water to quick lime. CaO plus H2OG CaOH2 plus Q. Decomposition reaction. Take a pinch of calcium carbonate in a boiling tube. Heat the boiling tube over the flame of spirit lamp or burner. Now, bring a burning matchstick near the evolved gas as shown in the figure. What do you observe? You will notice that matchstick would be put off. In this activity, on heating, calcium carbonate decomposes to calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. CaCO3 gives CaO plus CO2. It is a thermal decomposition reaction. When a decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, it is called thermal decomposition reaction. Activity: take a plastic mug, drill 2 holes at its base, fit 2 1-hole rubber stoppers in these holes. Insert 2 carbon electrodes in these rubber stoppers. Connect the electrodes to 9 volts battery as shown in the figure. Fill the mug with water so that the electrodes are immersed. Add few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to water. Take 2 test tubes filled with water and invert them over the 2 carbon electrodes. Switch on the current and leave the apparatus undisturbed for some time. You will notice the liberation of gas bubbles at both of the electrodes. These bubbles displace the water in the test tubes. In the above activity, on passing the electricity, water dissociates to hydrogen and oxygen. 2H2O gives 2H2 plus O2. Displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, one element displaces another element from its compound and takes its place therein. Take a small quantity of zinc dust in a conical flask. Add dilute hydrochloric acid slowly. Now take a balloon and tie it to the mouth of the conical flask. Closely observe the changes in the conical flask and balloon. What do you notice? You can see the gas bubbles coming out from the solution and the balloon bubbles out. Zinc pieces react with dilute hydrochloric acid and liberate hydrogen gas as shown below. Zn plus 2HCl gives ZnCl2 plus H2. In reaction, the element zinc has displaced hydrogen from hydrochloric acid. This is displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction. Take a pinch of lead nitrate and dissolve in 5.0 ml of distilled water in a test tube. Take a pinch of potassium iodide in test tube and dissolve in distilled water. Mix lead nitrate sodium with potassium iodide solution. What do you observe? A yellow color substance which is insoluble in water is formed as precipitate. The precipitate is lead iodine. PbNO3 2 plus 2Kl gives PbL2 plus 2KNO3. This reaction is double displacement reaction. If two reactants exchange their constituents chemically and form two products, then the reaction is called as double displacement reaction. Oxidation and reduction. Oxidation is a reaction that involves the addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Reduction is a reaction that involves the addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Take about 1.0 grams of copper powder in a china dish. Keep the china dish on a tripod stand containing wire gag. Heat it with a Bunsen number or with a spirit lamp. In the activity on heating copper, it reacts with oxygen present in the atmosphere to form copper oxide. The reaction is shown below. Cu plus O2 gives 2CuO. Here, copper combines with oxygen to form copper oxide. Here, oxygen is gained and the process is called oxidation. Now, pass hydrogen gas over hot copper oxide obtained in above activity and observe the change. You will notice that the black coating on copper turns brown because copper oxide loses oxygen from copper. In this process, oxygen is lost and the process is called reduction. In above reaction, hydrogen is gained. Such reaction is called reduction reaction. Generally, oxidation and reduction occur in the same reaction. If one reactant gets oxidized, the other gets reduced. Such reactions are called oxidation. Reduction reactions or redox reactions. In the CuO2 H2 reaction, CuO is reduced and H2 is oxidized. Have you observed the effects of oxidation reactions in daily life? Corrosion. When some metals are exposed to moisture, acids, etc., they tarnish due to the formation of respective metal oxide on their surface. This process is called corrosion. Corrosion can be prevented or at least minimized by shielding the metal surface from oxygen and moisture. It can be prevented by painting, oiling, greasing, galvanizing, chrome plating, or making alloys. Galvanizing is a method of protecting iron from rusting by coating them a thin layer of zinc. Alloying is also a very good method of improving properties of metal. A metallic substance made by mixing and fusing two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal to obtain desirable qualities such as hardness, lightness and strength is known as alloy. For example, brass, bronze and steel. Combustion is the most common example for oxidation reactions. For example, burning of wood involves release of carbon dioxide, water vapor along with huge amount of energy. Rancidity. When fats and oils are oxidized, they become rancid. Their smell and taste change. Thus, we can say that oxidation reactions in food material that were left for a long period are responsible for spoiling of food. Rancidity is an oxidation reaction. The spoilage of food can be prevented by adding preservatives like vitamin C and vitamin E. Do you know that manufacturers of potato chips flush bags of chips with nitrogen gas to prevent the chips from getting oxidized?
మా వీడియో గనుక మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఇలాంటి మరిన్ని వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోవడం మాత్రం మర్చిపోకండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ వాచింగ్.